Hey, welcome to our episode of Chaz Beer Reviews. Doing yet another beer that got my last Tavor crate, and another hazy IPA from two big deal breweries, even though it doesn't say it on the label. This is from Equilibrium Brewery and also Trillium. StarLight Double IPA, 8% ABV, beer balanced by science. Now, it doesn't say anything about it on the can, and that it was a collab with Trillium, which is why I got it. I don't usually get these hazies, but let me bring up the Untapped. So, you do say collab with Trillium twice. I don't know why. So it's got Citra LUPOMAX, Citra T90, Mosaic, Galaxy. They mention all the standard, tropical fruit notes and all that stuff. So, anyway, poured it into the IPA glass, and that is like white coming out of the can. And it's a very, very pale orange, almost kind of like a wit beer, I guess you could say. Big, like kind of bright white, frothy foam, almost like whipped marshmallow. Sorry, the light is like it's so bright light, like the camera can't focus on it. Yeah. It smells very juicy. Smells very tropical, I will say. I probably get a lot of pineapple Dole Whip, passion fruit. Almost has like an energy drink kind of aroma to it, but I mean, it has a very familiar hazy IPA aroma. I don't get any dankness or spiciness or anything. I don't get any alcohol. Yeah, it just smells like a pretty standard. Actually, it doesn't smell that juicy. It has a fruity smell, but not a juicy smell, if that makes sense. So, will it have the same thing in the taste? Let's find out. Cheers. That's creamy. I was only paying attention to the hops on there, so I don't know if they threw oats and or wheat in here, but just based on the appearance, I'm suspecting that they did. And also considering how like literally creamy the texture is, so there's probably some oats in here. It says a little bit more IBUs than most hazies of this ilk. Equilibrium and Other Half, they're probably like the two big hazy IPA producers of the current generation, or at least like today. They might not be quite so hip in a few years. Who knows? But I would say, I've said it once and I've said it a million times. These hazies are more similar than they are dissimilar. I think this style has like the least amount of like wiggle room for. Well, actually, that's not true. It has plenty of wiggle room for like to experiment within the style, but nobody does. That's why they all make them the same. Yeah, it's like I said on the nose. It smelled fruity but not juicy. It's the same thing on the taste. It's definitely like kind of like the taste of the actual fruit, but like no sugar, no juiciness. This is not a sweet beer. Like it's actually a little noticeably bitter for a hazy. Hazy's big selling point is that they're not super bitter. This one has like a slight, I wouldn't call it dank, but it's like there's a slight, just kind of like dry bitterness on the end there. Yeah, up front I'd probably say like pineapple, orange, little guava, slight kind of berry kind of sensation. It's actually not like as like succulent as like a lot of the other hazies, like the Holy Ghost that I had like about a week or two ago. Like that one was just like big, all up in your face, and like not that this one is subtle by any means, but it's just not quite as big and juicy as I thought it was going to be. Like now that I'm getting down into it, like it was creamy up front, mostly from that frothy foam. Great lacing, by the way. Although I will say it's nice to have a hazy where the head didn't just dissipate like as soon as I poured it. Like this is the kind of hazy that I like. I will say it's a really easy drinker, especially considering it's 8% ABV. it doesn't feel quite that heavy. I mean, I probably put it medium. Yeah, probably about medium body, but like obviously a very creamy, very smooth texture, fluffy, soft, whatever you want to call it. Carbonation, it's got a little bit of a zip to it, but I'd probably say it's like actually medium body, moderate, maybe moderately high carbonation. It's just so smooth and so soft and so comfortable. Like you don't even really, like these types of beers because they're have like so much grit to them. You don't really think of like in terms of like body, and CO2. By the way, I get like no alcohol presence here at all. Like maybe just like a faint little bit of warmth. All that is, it's hard to tell like if that's alcohol or hop burn. Like this is a pretty fresh can. By the way, I accidentally wiped off the canning date, but Tavor said this was canned in January, which would make it about 3 months old or so. Speaking of which, got this beer on Tavor, $8, pretty good. So if you want to sign up with Tavor, scan that QR code or use the link in the description, and it gets you $10 off your first purchase. Let them know that I sent you. So my score for the StarLight DIPA, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this one's good. It's a pretty standard hazy. I was hoping to be like actually a little more juicy than it is. It's a little kind of dry for my preference, but the drinkability on it is great. Yeah, so I'm gonna go 8 out of 10 for this one. Very, very good, hazy, but again, drinking this beer, it seems like very much the same as every other hazy that I've had, especially from this brewery. So if you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for Chad's Beer Podcast. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.